Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Job Shop USA. My name is Keith. I'm your host. We're in my job shop today. All right, we're getting ready to stick my shaft in Buffy. Oh, wait, that didn't go well. This is Pearl's shaft. We're going to be setting it up in Buffy, and there's no tranny involved. All right, I got my shit together now, and we're set up on a dummy shaft. And let me show you what I've done to make a straight, proper alignment setup for milling these double keys. The first thing I did was make sure that we can index straight across from each other, which we can. This has the masking plate of 6 in there, so we can just go 1 and 180. We'll be able to do that. I took the old shaft and I figured the right combination to flip this over and be able to mill the key out here. If we try to chuck up here real close, we're going to have a problem with the 1/4 inch end mill coming down in here and then having so much mass on the spindle and not enough room in at the chuck at the dividing head. Nothing worse than getting everything all set up and think you got it and then you can't get there. We're not gonna do this and then come over and we're gonna do this in straight line. We do know the alignment of these two keys are straight in line with the one side of this. So that's how we will be configuring that both of these keys. When we turn it around, we're going to be lining the one edge of the key with the one edge of the spline. That's how we're going to do the rotation and location. So then we took a dummy shaft and put it in here and check the run out this way, the height this way, the run out this way. We had the center drilled in, so we dialed this in. We have 2 flats here. We put the level here, adjusted this to be level with the shaft. All of that is tightened up. Now we have good in and out travel that can be modified if we need to. And we prove the travel back and forth that our shaft is aligned on the side and on the top. So now we're ready to take this out, put our part in, and set up for our first keyway. Before we do that, though, we're going to put our edge finder in here. We know this diameter. We're going to hit the edge here. We're going to come over, and then we're going to set the spindle center on center. Then we'll be able to take a dummy 1/4 inch pin, come in with the scale, and set those locations. Just to be sure, we throw a mic on here. 2 thousandths under. So we're going to subtract 1 thousandths off of our to the center dimension here. All right, we're happy with our touch off there. Let's not lose track of what we're doing. Okay, half of that is 250. All right, now we can come over to half, and it'll be 499. All right, and that puts us in the middle. All right, now we can switch over to our other collet, and we'll grab our shaft. We'll pull this out, have that in there, and we're going to start locating the first keyway. All right, this is the original shaft here. We got it sitting here. This is facing the same way, meaning we don't have it this way. We have it in line, so it's parallel. If we do it the other way, we would be making the wrong reference line. Okay. This edge is lined up with this edge and this edge of the key. So I'm just taking my Sharpie and we're going to duplicate that line on that edge of the keyway so that we know that this key is going to be here and this key will be there. And we know that it's the outside edge is lining up with that edge. Now we're going to roll it over. Okay, so when we flip this around, that's why we have the line there, because we're going to be lining up this key will be lined up with this edge, and same thing here. All right, I'm just peeking. Okay, we're on 0. Just want to make sure that we're referencing same direction. Okay, and I guess we'll do the long one first here. Okay, I'm lightly tightening that. And of course, our tool bit or our key is going to be lined up with that. So this edge is lined up with this side, and that's center, and that's where we're putting that key. Okay, I'm going to show you from a different angle here, a little closer, just so you understand what I'm doing here, because this is still lightly in here. You can still twist it. Okay, if you want to look at it in kind of in line of your view, looking down like this, this is the edge that's lined up with this edge of the key. I've checked both sides and both sides of the shaft with the other spline on the other side, and that's how they have set the pair. So I'll be able to time this with this one, and I'm going to mill this one, and I'm going to 180 it, and I'm going to mill this one, because the most important thing is those two gears are clocked 180 from each other. We haven't fully determined this alignment is important because there's a cog that shifts between the two of these, and the mating shaft has a cog shifting between those two. So I don't believe that there's actually needs to be a timing, but it's a balance thing, maybe. I don't know. When in doubt, you do what the manufacturer did. How's that? That's another bullshit line. Okay, now the length of the key. This is 1/264, and this is 1/2. We can get 1/264. 1/265, 1/264. Okay. Almost all the way in here. Okay, we eyeballed it in there, and we figured it out. It's going to be 1 inch, 15 thousandths. We're going to travel because we got a 1/4 inch on the diameter, and this is 1/264, 1/265, and we're just going to put it in that ballpark there. The gear is going over that is 1/345. So as long as we know that it's not protruding out past it, we're good. Another design feature that they actually put in this double key is to go ahead and make deeper keys so that the majority of the meat is in the shaft, and then the keyway out here is standard. This is 1/2 of the diameter, so this is clearance over 1/8 of, it's 1/4 inch key, but it's 1/8 of the key in height. And the slots here, I mic'd them up. They're 205, so they're just slightly deeper than 200 thousandths. All 4 of them on here. I have a nice hard 4-flute end mill here for the finishing cuts. But in my collection, I actually found a 2-fluter, a couple of them, where it's 0.237 or so, about 10, 13, 15 thousandths underneath the total diameter. That way I can get it down the depth and get it out to the length, and then put the finish end mill in and come down and make a real light dressing skim. So I'll rough this one, 180 it, rough it, and then I'll put in the finish, and I'll come and I'll do one finish, rotate it, and do the second finish. Then we'll be ready to turn the shaft around. Okay, we're gonna come down to it very easy. I've got you over there because I like to control the mill over here myself. Okay, that looks like a full circle sweep in there. Shut it up just to verify, and it is. So we're gonna set our travel dial. Let me bring you out here. When we say travel dial, we have a travel dial on our quill. We have readout for the table in both directions and the knee. So we have those 3 axes written out with the digital. And so anyway, our depth is with our travel dial on the spindle. We love this attachment here. And we've become very accustomed with it because we can just crank down with the handle very gingerly and make our adjustments. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fire it off. We're going to come down a little bit, and then we're going to make our path out to our dimensions. We'll set 0 on our travel, on our readout, and then we'll be able to travel that 1 inch, 15 thousandths. We came over close to the edge there where we like it, and we're going to feed her on down. We're just plunging straight in. This is a 2-fluter. All right, there's 50 thousandths. We're gonna hold it there. And we're just gonna feed it over, get our 1 inch. We're going to take it a little bit at a time. There's no race on doing this, especially with the investment of time we have here now. Sometimes if you don't have cool mist or coolant, you can still just use a current of air. More important than anything else is clearing the tool bit or the chip away from the cutting edge so it doesn't double cut a chip. Remember, this is the long one here. This is this one here. And we're going to stop it right at 1 inch. We can leave the 15 thousandths for cleanup with the other one. Okay. We'll feed it down another 50 thousandths. Okay, we'll lock it there. I'm feeding it by hand to get down to our 0 now. Okay, I'm close enough. All right, let's feed it down another 50. All right, here we go. Okay, now we're going to feed it down for the last 50 thousandths. There we go there. There we go. Okay, the last roughing cut across. We'll get back to that 0 mark and then we'll lift out and we'll go to the other side. Okay, that's close enough. Okay, loosen the brake here a little bit. And there you go. You can see down in there. I'm going to stop it right there because I just want to stick my ruler in there and see it around 200 something. Okay. All right. That should be 180, and we're actually going to look all the way over here on this side, and we do see it engaged on the 180. All right. Everything looks good up here, but it's satisfying to go over there and look at it anyway. All right. Now we can come down and do the second keyway. All right, we finished our second cut, and I measured with my calipers, and I'm getting 245 to 246 or so. This is the butt end of the end mill, which is 250, and this is my finish end mill, which I'll be going and finishing it. And I can stick it down in there until the flutes kind of make the round. But if I put two flutes straight across from each other, it won't go down in there. So um, I'm real happy with. We're going to come down. We're going to just lightly clean and make it a true 1/4 inch key. It's going to be really nice. This is where the whole thing has really got to be a nice part. But to have two nice keyways on this shaft, because these have to be finished before we harden it, because you wouldn't be able to come in and end mill those after the fact. Everything else after heat treat is a grind to its finish. Oh, I want to change something here. I want to see if the feed handle. I just want to see if it works a little easier. Okay, if you take it out of gear, it has a little smoother feel to it. Okay, I like that. Okay. It doesn't change the function. just lets me move it easier. I was wondering why I was having a little resistance with it. Okay, we're going down to the bottom. I need to get my flashlight. Okay, at least that way I can see when I get down to the bottom, because I'm going to set 0. Okay. Let me blow a little air in there. Yep. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, we're just going back to that 0 there. Okay. Just a little tiny bit is taken. Just dressing it up. And we're going to go to the other side, and then we're going to come out, and then we'll roll it around, and we'll just go back into the starting point again. We don't need to go back and forth. Okay, I'm taking it over by hand. Okay, took the butt end of this end mill and got a good fit. Going in there, but not sliding it back and forth. So it's going to be a great one. Happy. Okay, I have put the part in the other direction. I'm going to bring you in here. We have set this up for the end mill on the other side. This too, before we were measuring this side here, but when you flip this around, the line comes on the other side. So our tool bit we use, and we gauge the rotation to line up with the scale on this side of it. So now this keyway and this keyway here are going to be in alignment with each other. All right, let's put our cutter in here and we'll go for this side. Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did on the first side, except for the traveling is going to be 7/16 on the length, or we'll just go 440. And that'll be long enough for this cut to be the length of the sample. Okay, that looks like we've hit 0. We're going to call that 0 there. Okay, there's our first pass depth. Our 440 is going to creep up on us fast there. Okay, it's not very long. Okay, there we go. Okay, back the other way. Okay. One more. Okay, last pass back to 0. All right. It's 180. We're set up here in position with our finishing end mill. And we're going to go ahead and crank her on down. We're going to use our flashlight here. All right, and there is 0. We're going to set 0 here so we maintain the same thing for both sides. Okay, and there's 0. Here we go. Nice, nice tight 1/4 inch keyway. Love it. Okay, that's it for our keyways. But there's one last thing we're going to need to do. See this top edge right here? Or the end? See, that's a slight chamfer. Same thing on that end there. Here's the keyways. Nice, clean. Little chamfer, little spin emery paper in the lathe, and we're going to be heading to the heat treat ovens. All right. Till next time, get her done. Whew.